Hi guys, it's Gail. Welcome to my kitchen. This is where I do my lives. There's the coffee pot. That's the most important appliance in the house. Just saying. Alright, so today I'm going to be doing my Survival Seeds 2025 finale video. The wrap up. So I'm going to tell you about my successes and my failures. Be candid with it so you'll know. How well things did and how well other things didn't do. So we're going to start off on a positive note. My early Cow Wonder bell peppers did really great. As a matter of fact, it is very late August when I'm filming this, and the early Cow Wonder bell peppers are still producing peppers. So that was probably the best seed for me, and it did produce a lot for me. It just kept giving peppers and peppers and peppers and peppers. So I probably had about somewhere between 7 and 10 plants, I think, in that one little area. And I had amended that area because I was trying to be successful with growing peppers because I haven't had the best luck always. So I did amend that with bone meal, blood meal, and some cow manure before I planted in it. So I do plan on growing early Cow Wonder bell peppers again, but I'm actually going to put them in a bigger bed next year and have a bigger amount. So I pretty much ate them as I went, but if I wasn't going to eat it that day, I went ahead and just chopped it up and put it in little bags in the freezer to use for whatever dishes I was making. So number 2, sugar pie pumpkins. I would say they grew really well for me. I ended up with about 8. They did get attacked by squash bugs. At some point, I just stopped watering them because I just got tired of fighting the squash bugs. They were still growing, and I probably could have gotten more, but I was just tired of fighting the squash bugs. So I ended up with 8, and I think that they were pretty well a success, and I would like to grow those again, and the bell peppers too. Number 3. Red kidney beans. They grew well for me. I did harvest them one time. I did save some seeds. I didn't have any bug pressure on the red kidney beans. And I did have to go ahead and harvest those and move them out because I was planning to plant my elderberry cutting in there, and that's the only place I really had left where I could put it. So I did harvest mine early, but they did do really well for me. I would say they grew moderately for me. Number 4, red Detroit beets. They grew okay. They stayed pretty small. They didn't get very big. I did harvest off of those a couple of times, and I did save some that I'm going to try for a soap colorant. And of course I didn't get seeds for those because I didn't leave them from last year. So I think I need to do a little more work on amending the soil in the beet area. So maybe it needs a little bit more work. Number 5, the Roma paste tomato. They grew okay, and they did produce some. I did harvest them, a moderate amount of them. And I did not save seeds for those. They did get attacked by the hornworms and the grasshoppers, so they didn't have much of a chance. I gotta say, in comparison, the Mariana tomatoes to the Roma paste tomatoes, I actually preferred the flavor of the Roma paste tomato, and I felt like it was a heartier, healthier plant for some reason, but it may have had to do with where I planted it because it was in 2 different places. So that may be a difference. I think I'm going to go back to putting them in a really huge raised bed next year. Whatever tomatoes you guys choose next year, whatever that is, of course I'll try it, and I'll have it in one of the really big, huge raised beds that has a bottom on it. And my least successful was the yellow onions. Matter of fact, I didn't even really think they came up. But as I was harvesting garlic in that bed, I started to find, I think I found about 5 or 6 yellow onions, and they were tiny. But I did go ahead and chop all those up and put them in the freezer, and so I did eat those in something. Or they're still in there, one of the two. So not a big success on the onions. I want it to be a success. I do like onion, and I do commonly cook with onion. So my 7th seed I picked was corn. And I started off with 1 in each pot, and someone recommended to put more in each pot. And they grew well for a while. They were green. They put on the little ear or whatever. But I feel like they were overcrowded and stealing room for nutrients and roots. So, and then eventually, once they started to get kind of sickish, then that's when the ants came in too. So corn is just not, I thought I'd give it another try. But I think corn growing is just not for me. Number 8, the hyssop for the herb part. It grew well for a while, but then it kind of got shaded by my 4 o'clock flowers. And so I didn't end up getting to harvest any of that. So I think it would have been fine, but I put it in the wrong spot next to the wrong thing. Number 9, the lemon balm. The lemon balm grew really well. And I believe it will come back next year. I have it in an area where it can kind of spread and stay in that area, and in a bed. So I think I should probably end up having it next year. The oregano. The oregano grew really well, and it's actually still growing right now. And I think it'll probably come back next year, as far as I can tell. So yeah, oregano is a good idea. So wrap up of the year. Early Cal Wonder bell peppers and the sugar pie pumpkins grew well. Kidney beans and red Detroit beets and Romas grew moderately well. And the yellow onions did the worst for me. Of course, the corn didn't work out, and the hyssop, because I put it in the wrong spot. So I would love to see the sugar pie pumpkins to come back. I would love to see the early Cal Wonder bell peppers come back. Those are the 2. Of course, I know you guys are always going to pick a tomato, and whatever it is, I'll just grow it, but I am just going to try to plant it in a different spot next year. But thank you very much, Vineyard Chicks, for hosting this collaboration. Also, thank you to Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, Bushcraft Family, Lori's World, and Andale Homestead. Thank you guys all for watching our videos, for supporting us, for talking about our videos, and for everyone who donated prizes. Thank you for all the prizes. I did have a good year, and I do plan to join again next year. Look forward to seeing what you guys are going to pick for seeds for next year. New challenge. So you guys have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys. Bye, everybody.